I feel very, very blessed to be here with all of you. I've been very excited to come here. This is a blessing for us to all be together, you know? Some people couldn't be here. Some people didn't wake up today. What I just said could apply to anyone. If you haven't heard, OJ has passed. Yeah, you can tell by the. You can just tell. Okay, this. You can tell by the excitement that some people have how they felt during the trial. Do you know what I mean? There's a couple people that have been so happy, I'm like, oh, I know where you stood back in the day. Wow. Okay. There are people out here, finally got him, you know. Which is crazy, because when you look at like OJ's feed when he was posting, there had been this rumor that he was actually in hospice care earlier this year, and then there's a video of him in his car, which someone is obviously filming the video, and he rolls down the window and everything, and he's like, hospice? Hospice? Me? No, I'm doing very well. And so if he was doing very well, and now he's dead. Do you think somebody... I don't know. I mean, it'd be kind of funny. You know? It just feels a bit weird, you know what I mean? Like he just seemed like one of those people that would just be around forever. Not in a way that I'm like, oh, I'm excited that he's around. Just like every once in a while you would see a tweet from him or you'd see something and you'd be like, oh yeah, OJ is out. Yeah, I mean, and I say out because he did go to jail, just not for the thing we know him for. That's my biggest disappointment with OJ. You think after getting away with murder, you lay low. You know what I mean? Like, this is the time to play it cool, okay? You just got away with the most public we've ever seen. Like, the whole nation was watching, and then they said not guilty. And then you were like, let's roll the dice again. But now he's gone. And it's gotta be weird. Like him and Nicole are gonna have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I'm joking. They definitely didn't go to the same place. I've had like a journey on the internet as far as having it, right? Because I pretty much got internet the way that we have it now, and it wasn't even the way that we have it now when I was little. I got internet in like a all access type of way when I was like 11. So I was little, but there weren't things that I had before me. Like before, if you went back further than that, you'd have to like know how to code and stuff. 11 was when I could like get on the internet and type in boobs.com. And it's the internet has brought so many people together in the best and worst of ways, right? Because it used to be, before the internet, if you wanted community, you had to go out, you had to find your sort of like tribe of people, but on a more mindful level, you had to find your people, right? And it was very hard. It was very hard for a lot of people with specific interests, and it was very hard for a lot of people who were struggling with specific things. That's why it's like from 2000 and on that like every type of struggle, it feels like, is known and talked about. Because, yeah, you might have a bunch of friends who have just never been through the thing that you've been through, but now that you can look it up, now that you can find people. And so message boards took off. Message boards were like this forum for everyone that believed in or liked the same thing. It was instant common ground, you know? And it was before the sort of like platforms, really. So you didn't have to worry, like if you were on a forum about a video game that you liked, you didn't have to worry about anybody making fun of you for liking the video game. It's why we're all here. Mm-hmm. And so there was this real community that started up. And it's tough when you're a kid because you're so alone when you're a kid in a very specific way. Because as a teenager, you're going through all the things teenagers go through, but you're going through them specifically as you. So no one knows what it's like to be you exactly. And so you do feel alone, even if you're surrounded by people. But sometimes, because you can impose so much on this faceless type, this faceless text, you feel like the people on the forum get you. And so then you feel like, okay, if people get me, I must not be crazy. If people get me, I must not be completely wrong in who I am, right? And that's pretty much how you get incels. Do you know what I mean? Because this is the thing. This is one of the wildest things about incels I don't think anybody talks about. Incels, at least in their thinking, is actually weirdly, counterintuitively, quite reasonable. Because incels are like, no one wants to fuck me. And then the world is like, yeah. It's actually the dudes who are incels that go out and try every night that are the delusional ones. Like, all right, I've been striking out 600 days in a row, but tonight is my night. I put on extra cologne, so I know that the ladies will be all over me. Oh, it feels weird. Even the lore of how things get started. Like I'm telling you what I heard. I don't know the full ins and outs of this thing. I'm just telling you the way that I heard it, which to me makes sense. Okay. So, to the best of my knowledge from the stories that I've heard, one thing that I do find funny, and it's actually the same thing as like how cults start a little bit. So, way back in the day, still in kind of the forum era, but we were starting to have social platforms where like anybody could get on. There were these guys who were all divorced, right? Like by and large divorced, or were not married, but like had some sort of weird situation. They couldn't see their kids, you know? And so then they banded together because it's a very specific pain, I would imagine, to not be able to see your kid as a dad. Because by and large, maybe because so many of us did do it this way, it feels more reasonable to do it this way. But a lot of people feel like, nobody really needs a dad. I'm telling you, a lot of people feel that way, genuinely. And I'm not saying that as in like a judgment on anybody. I'm just saying like, if you're like, oh, my dad left, people are like, what else? Like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't carry the weight it would have carried in the 50s. Your dad left? You know what I mean? It's like, my dad's not around, and people are like, yeah, so any other revelations? Like, and so I think that sometimes when there's almost an expectation like that, then people who do care, who can't be as involved as they want, feel a very real pain. And they were the only people who understood each other. So they would talk and they would talk and they would talk. And where they messed up, like if I had been there back in the day, if I had been in that forum, what I would have said is like, just careful with the name. The name makes everything. Because then they banded together as like a group, and they were like, let's try to get some laws passed so that we can like see our kids. You know, it feels like family court is against us. And so then they called themselves men's rights activists. And I was like, bruh. You should have said dads. Dude, dads would have cooked. We'd be like, dads that want to see their kids? Protect these men. Protect all 8 of them. You know? But because they said men, now men who don't even have kids are joining the group. And because people are joining the group, joining the forum that are not there for the specific cause, for the specific reason that they came together over this pain, it starts to morph into something else. So now these guys that are like, I just want to see my kids, are also being like buried in the comments of the forum by people being like, I can't get a date. Like, these bitches crazy, right? And so ironically, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them, maybe they were angry. Maybe they were going through a divorce. Maybe they were bitter at their ex-wife or women in general for not being able to see their kid. But they could also see what was happening, right? They could see like what this thing was turning into. What used to be a genuine support group is turning into like a weird, it's just a weird hang. Do you know what I mean? Like, you never want to be surrounded by angry men. Even as an angry man. I've been mad as hell before, but anytime too many of my buddies are also mad, I start to calm down. I start to be like, all right, well, we don't want to burn anything down. Feels like y'all want to do something different. Okay. But yeah, it started to happen where like, be like, you know, couldn't get the visitation that I wanted. I feel like the judge hated me when I walked in. And instead of more comments underneath like that, I've had that experience. And don't give up. It's not over. There's always things that you can do. Hey, just try to work it out with her. You know, you can get more visitation with her permission. You know, like things that were genuine support started to be buried by like, man, these bitches want whole meals. You know what I mean? Like, I can't believe they want you to take them out and pay. This shit is crazy. And then eventually, some of the, not all, but some of the earliest members of the forum are like, I started this thing because I'm trying to see my kids. And a lot of y'all seem crazy as hell. And I want to see my kids. So I'm a bounce. And so then, just like that, it was kind of gone. Like the heart of this thing, the reason, the sort of nugget that brought it all together had disappeared. And all that was left was this mob that had gathered with different grievances. You know? And that's how you get red pill stuff today. Do you know what I mean? Because the thing about red pill that's so appealing is that anyone telling you it's not your fault is probably going to get your attention. It's one of the most, it's honestly one of the most appealing arguments someone can make. If you're unhappy with your life and they come to you and they say, hey, none of this is your fault. Even as a defense mechanism, you're like, I'm listening. All right? And even red pill in and of itself is like starting to like eat itself. Because there's no basis around what it's really about. It's not really about community. It starts to just become this weird thing, you know? Like I've heard some of the most insane arguments ever. And I don't even think I'm thinking about the stuff you're thinking about. You're thinking about the surface level. I'm talking about deep. Like when a red pill podcaster really starts to cook. Like, I can't believe y'all out here having kids. That shit, y'all having kids, I don't know. Just something about like you had a daughter? That's gay, dog. Are you serious? You had a daughter? You had a daughter? That shit gay as hell, for real, man. That means you cum girls. Pause, dog. Nah. We ain't doing that over here. Are you serious? But no, when I was a kid, I go over to my buddy's house and, you know, his grandparents had been together for 60 years. That's a long time. 60 years of marriage, by the way, not knowing each other, not being cute. 60 years, right? Their fights were epic. Their fights were amazing. You know, because at 60 years, you let it all out. You know what I mean? Because at 60 years, you just say what's on your mind, because what are they going to do? Leave? Me and my boy be in the other room and we'd hear, "Oh, I should have married your brother." And he was like, "Oh, okay, then my brother wanted to blow his brains out. All right." Married 60 years. Crazy stuff, right? And basically, his granddad was going deaf very quickly. He was losing his hearing rapidly, but he didn't want to wear hearing aids because he didn't like how they made him feel, right? And I don't mean just the fit in the ear. I mean like he didn't like how he could hear so little naturally, and then he put him in and could hear across the street. Just made him feel like Daredevil without the rest of them. And I remember one time I was hanging out at their house and we heard his grandma yelling all around the house. And then she came into the room where we were at because his granddad was watching us. And she was like, "Why won't you just wear some hearing aids? Okay? I got to yell your name all through the house. Then I got to yell when I get in the room and I even find you. I'm yelling all the time. Surprised I'm not losing my voice. Why can't you just wear your hearing aids so you can hear me when I'm talking to you? I feel like you don't listen to anything I say because you can't hear me talking to you." And you just saw him slowly start to smile. It's honestly the most boss move I've ever seen in my entire life. This dude was like, "I will go deaf if it means I know peace, all right? I have no problem." And one time, I was over at their house and his grandma was watching us. And we were being quiet. So I don't know if she was saying this to us or to herself, but out of nowhere, she broke the silence. And she was just like, that nigga hear me.
Please make it loud for Josh Johnson!
I've struggled with an idea for a while, and it's how like everybody. This sounds so dumb. Just hold on. Give me a second. But it is crazy that everybody is a person. What I mean by that is when you're like a little kid and you just living your life, you know, you go to school and then you go home and then sometimes you play with your friends and sometimes you stay in and you watch cartoons. You know that you have a life. You know that you're a whole person, even if you don't have a full awareness of yourself. You know that you go to different places and you do different things. Even when you have a new experience, it doesn't even occur to you to be like, "Oh no, I don't do that." Because you're a kid just experiencing the world. But there are boxes that we put people in. I think it's completely unintentional. I don't think there's any malice behind it. But I remember the first time that I realized that someone who I definitely cared about and I definitely enjoyed their company and I definitely liked was a whole other person. I was a little kid. I was with my mom at the grocery store and we saw my teacher. And I was shocked. I was shocked. I was like, I said it out loud. I said it to her. "Why aren't you at school?" If you're here, then whose? It was a crazy thing in my head. My brain was breaking in that moment. I'm this little kid. I've only ever seen her at school. She's supposed to be at school. I shouldn't see her if I'm not at school. And she's over here buying groceries. I was like, you eat groceries? This is wild. And then she was over here having a conversation with my mom. They both ignored me asking why she wasn't at school. I still had questions. And then she, said she'd see us on Monday and walked away. And in my head, I was like, Monday? It's Saturday. She's not even gonna be at school tomorrow. Blew my mind that one of my favorite teachers had like a house. And like, I'd always heard about her husband, but I thought that's just something teachers say to like pass the time and stuff. She had a whole life. And it feels like a silly lesson to learn when you're a kid, and then you get older and you realize you have to keep relearning it over and over again because you meet more and more people and you've already boxed them in. And then they surprise you, and then you think, oh, I'm a little ashamed I was even surprised. I should know from when I was like 6 that people are like, everybody's a person. But it's an easy lesson to forget because you can only sometimes see a person in a certain way. Like my friend, I have a couple friends now who they've got drunk with their parents, and it's a boundary that some people never break with their parents. Sometimes their parents are like, oh, I'm gonna have a couple drinks, but I'm not gonna be drunk in front of my son. You know what I mean? And then there are people who will always have that thing of like, oh, I don't want to be drunk in front of my parent. You know what I mean? It's like weird. I feel like I'd be in trouble. It's like, well, you're 42. Yeah, but still. I don't know. I don't want my mom to see me drunk. It's like, well, she saw you at your worst as a baby. I guarantee you drunk just brings you like one step above baby. But it was an interesting thing. My friend said that he got had a couple drinks with his dad. Now his dad was a sort of interesting case because when he was a kid, I don't know all the details, but his dad drank. And then there was something, whether it was something that happened or just like a general attitude towards drinking. At one point, his dad was like, you know what? I'm just not going to drink anymore. And he went like cold turkey sober for years and years and years, right? So he drank pretty heavily when my buddy was a kid, didn't drink until he was long out of the house. And it wasn't until after my buddy graduated college that his dad would like drink once in a while, have a drink with him. And finally one day his dad was like drunk with him. And he noticed his dad like drunk. And he was like, it's crazy because I know my dad used to drink and I can only see my dad as my dad. So knowing my dad is like an annoying drunk. I don't know. I guess I forgot he could be a whole person. Like, because his dad had this weird like rivalry with him when he was drunk. He, walk up to him, impromptu, off of nothing. They're in the backyard. And he's like, hey. He's, looking good, young man, looking strong, looking tough. I mean, you looking real strong. What? You think he's stronger than me? What? I mean, no, do you think he's stronger than me? We should race. You want to race? And he knows that A foot race with his dad sober wouldn't even be a contest. So he's like, nah, Dad, I'm good. He's like, no, come on. You know, if you're scared, say so. If you're scared, say so. If you're scared, the old man still got it. If you're scared, say so. Said he made it into one of the most annoying songs he had ever heard in his life. Just until he would raise him, if you're scared, say so. And finally, he's like, all right, look, we'll race, fine. And he thinks if he stands up, his dad might just forget, you know, because he's at that level of drunk where he's on a mission, but not a mission he has to complete. Y'all know that mission. This is one of my favorite missions to watch people have on like a night out. You know, especially with like, but one of my favorite side quests in any night out that a bunch of ladies are having is finding one of their phones. One phone will go missing, and it will be the biggest deal in the world for 12 minutes. And then the person whose phone is missing will be like, let's just dance. It's like, all right, but you should go get your phone though. Like, you do need to call an Uber at some point and get home. Like, we need your phone. It's like, yeah, but like later, like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't even care. It's like, this is my song. And then it resets, because then like several songs later, it'll be like, yeah, you look so good. I'm gonna take a picture of you. I'm gonna. Oh my God, everybody stop. Everybody stop. Not their friends, everybody in the club stop. Everybody stop. And so this dude stands up thinking like his dad's about to be over it anyway. And he's like, Dad, I really don't want to, like, we're having a good time. Like, let's just chill out. And his dad goes, no, race me. He's like, all right, fine, okay. So they line up. He's not really gonna race his dad. He's gonna like walk and let his dad win so he can feel good about being annoying for 15 minutes. But his dad stands up and he's ready. You ever see somebody look at a finish line like it's moving? Like... And then he said, all right, you ready? And they had already decided that his mom would say when to go. And so she said, go. And my buddy didn't even go. His dad took 3 steps and crashed into the patio table. And I don't know, yeah, it's gotta be tough. That's a moment that's like, you just know that now. You've known your dad your whole life, and then now you're like, oh yeah, but like after the 5th Jameson, he will. You know. And it changes how you look at your dad a little bit, not even in the form of judgment, just like there's more information, and you see him as like a whole person. You know good, you know bad, you know arguing with him, you know, and now you know this thing that you didn't really experience in the same way when you were a kid. Now you know. Even 4 Jamesons in, he's gonna go, no. Oh. Like I don't know if it's possible to remind yourself every time, every day, that a person is like a whole person. Because we are like so distant. Person to person. Like when you meet someone that you've maybe heard about, you can only go off your impression. That impression is colored by whoever told you about this person. And it's hard to remember. I try to remind myself all the time that like, look, we're meeting this person. Nothing nice has been said. But I'm sure they have a dog. I don't know, like some redeeming quality. You try to approach it like that. And, I fail at it a lot. Sometimes I let, whether it's gossip or just like a preconceived notion, take over. And then you end up being friends with this person. And you feel even worse because you're like, ooh, I judged you so harshly when we met. Some of my best friends, when I met them, hated their guts. I hated because I was just like, oh, just look at his face. One of my best friends from college, when we met, us meeting was me asking him for a pencil and him going, what? And so I just turned back around. I was like, all right, jerk. Turns out he just didn't hear me. We're like really good friends now, but yeah, that was not a great way to start. One of my best friends, we had that same thing. So he's a big dude. He's like 6'4", 6'5", like a strong guy, wide guy, right? Big dude. And we were both friends with a different guy. This is freshman year of college. And we had both done things in front of each other that made us go like, I don't know if I like that guy. Like I like our mutual friend, but I don't know if I like him. And then we kept being in scenarios where maybe we were waiting for our mutual friend, so we were left alone with each other. And in my head, maybe it's because of where I come from, and maybe it's because I've never been the biggest guy in the room, but this is a big old dude, and he doesn't seem like he liked me. So in my head, I was like, I just gotta act crazy. Like if I'm crazy, that'll keep at bay his size. Because even a big man doesn't want to get bit. You know what I mean? I don't care how big or strong you are. Once everybody saw what Mike Tyson did to Evander Holyfield, they were like, oh yeah, crazy wins. Crazy will always win. I like my whole ear where it is. And then he noticed me being crazy. And so he was like, all right, I'm gonna have to flex how big I am. There was one time where we were waiting on our mutual friend because, forgot to mention earlier, our mutual friend was his roommate. So I had to be in their room a bunch before we actually got along. And I don't know, I saw him like eyeing me, and this is a college dorm room. So there's not a lot of space. So I'm like, this big guy's eyeing me. We're both waiting for our friend. So then I didn't know what to do. So I just started singing lyrics to Kanye West's 808 on a Heartbreak. No music. Impromptu. And lyrics I chose were, when I grab your neck, I touch your soul. And I just sang it to the wall, but loud enough for him to hear me. And I would later find out that when I did that, he was like, all right, that's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. In my entire life, I was trying to mug this dude into submission, but now he sang to the wall, not even facing anything. I don't know what he talking about. Why'd he sing it too? That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. It's so much crazier to sing than it is to scream. Like if you come across somebody on the street and they scream it, you're like, all right, that's regular. If they are singing lyrics you don't know exist yet, because the album had just come out, if they're singing lyrics you don't know exist yet, get away. And so he was like, I gotta do something. I've got to do something. And the thing that he decided to do was we both got a text from our mutual friend that it would be quicker for us to meet him where he was than wait for him to come back and us head out together. And so we decided to head out together. And while I'm in the hallway, it's a long hallway from the door room to the end of the suite. And when I'm in the hallway, I go, ah. And he says, what? And I'm like, I think a mosquito bit me. And I was being completely sincere in this moment. I started itching. I was like, what? And he's like, what happened? I think a mosquito bit me. And then he stands extra tall, every bit of 6'5", lets his eyes dart around the hallway and goes, you hurt my friend! And then he punched the wall as hard as he could. And when he moved his fist from the wall, there was a dead mosquito. And I was like, oh Lord, he big and crazy. Oh, I'm sick. Oh. And then we became best friends. We became best friends because we got to know each other. We got to know each other, and I got to know him as a whole person. I got to know how cool he was, how sincere he is, that he would do anything for his friends, including that mosquito thing. And he got to know me. And he still liked me. So we became best friends because I got to see like the whole person, you know? And then finally one day I told him about it. I was like, hey, freshman year, because when we were juniors, we became roommates. And I told him, like, hey, I just want to get something off my chest. Freshman year, when I was in the room with you and I just started singing, I was just trying to be crazy because I thought, like, you were real big and, like, I don't know, I had been bullied a lot, so I was just trying to, like, keep you at bay. And he was like, oh, that's so good to know. Which means in the time that we had become friends, he still thought, like, no, that's what he does, though. Like, that's who he is as a person. I was like, that's so good to know. Because, honestly, I was wondering what I'd have to do. I thought you were genuinely crazy. And that's why I punched that wall. When I moved my hand, I couldn't believe the mosquito had actually... It's wild stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's tough sometimes accepting that someone was like a whole person. Because it is easier. If someone sucks, it's easier to just, lean on exactly what you know, and that's enough for you, and they suck, and that's the end of it. It's not necessary in your mind to get down to the deeper root of the issue about why they might be the way they are. Whatever. They suck, and I'm done talking about them. Like when I think about some of the most powerful people in the world, I think that way all the time. I forget that it's like a whole person because they suck. They suck so much. Like, I do my best to not be closed-minded about people. But the more I learn, the worse it gets. And no person is just one thing. Even monsters. Some monsters that get true crime documentaries made about them. They'll interview the kids. And sometimes the kids will be like, yeah, actually, he was like a super present father and everything. Like, it was kind of crazy. I know he killed all those people, but he came to all my soccer games. Like, it's a lot to process. No. Like, I don't know what makes a person. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know what makes a person the way that they are. I just have guesses. Sometimes my guesses are good, and I get to have a conversation with the person and see that I was kind of close. And then sometimes my guesses are totally off base because I don't have their mind. I can't act like I know why someone is the way that they are. I know for certain because of the people that I've been around. I know that sometimes when you grow up with real money, real privilege, it can be very difficult unless you are like delusional enough to accept the position you're in as anything more than like the randomness of who is born to who. It's very difficult to feel like you've made or earned anything yourself. If you are just born into billions, you see that's one of the reasons these people have to like make their mark on the world to prove that they're not just like some accident. Because within those families sometimes, and like, look, I'm not acting like I know billionaires. I know millionaires. And it's a little similar, but at the same time, there are some millionaires that are barely millionaires, so they still acting like they're middle class. Even though they're millionaires, it's actually pretty sad. And then there are people that are like multimillionaires, and I don't even really know that many multimillionaires, but I know those people have at least accepted their position as people with like wealth and privilege, right? I don't know any billionaires. But I do know the people that I am friends with that work with like truly insane net worth individuals have said things like, at a certain amount of money, it's not even money anymore. It's just you moving your will throughout the world. And that is how people with that much money think. And so if you are like a child born into this thing, especially if you don't take to it the way that we imagine people will take to it, because remember, a person is a whole person, but a lot of people will have a kid and have an idea of a child before the child is ever there. And then that idea of a child is exactly what this whole person has to be, or else they're a disappointment, or else they're a failure, right? I had the idea of you before you were ever here. And the idea of you that I had was, we play these sports together. I teach you to do this thing. We go to these things. You love the stuff that I love. Those are the hopes of like every parent. Every parent wants to share the things they love with their kid, and hopefully the kid loves them too. Because as much as you love your sports team, as much as you love your favorite hobby, it'd be so much more enjoyable if the person you love the most loved it too. A lot of people have those hopes. That's common, that's normal. But this like world of wealth, they have an idea of maybe building a legacy, building an empire, and now whoever comes, whatever this child is, they will be someone who can uphold, build up, maintain the empire that I built. They're not having like a child, they're having a vessel to continue their wealth into the future. And that's got to be difficult. to grow up in. Because yes, you have all this money, you have all this privilege, you have access to all these different things, but there's a person looking at you like you don't even deserve to be here. And then there's everybody else that if you tried to tell them how it felt, they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't hear you through all that money. You know, cry me a river. You ever felt a penny before? And so you see people really trying to exercise out all of this trauma in a way where they still move their will throughout the world. So then we become the collateral damage of them trying to exorcise demons because they have the access to change the world the way that they see fit. And that leaves us in a very dangerous position. And I don't know exactly how to fix that, what to do about that, but I do know it presents itself in like little moments. Small moments where you can see, oh, this is like a kid. This is like a hurt kid. You know? Most powerful man in the world. Incredibly rich, billionaire. But this is a kid. This is a scared kid. This is a hurt kid. This is an angry kid. And I'm not saying that takes away all the damage, all the things that are being created by what this kid is doing. But like, I see you differently now. Like, in theory, I should be scared of you. I should be worried about what your next move is going to be. I should be worried if you're going to send someone to hurt me or my family, because you could do that. You're a very powerful person. But then things happen. And I see you react like a kid. And it's weird to see you as a whole person, you know? Like, I'm not going to, how do I put this? I could tell Trump was hurt by that South Park episode because the White House released a statement. There are school shootings where the White House doesn't release a statement. The White House released a statement. They were like, hey, look, South Park hadn't been relevant for a while now anyway. Nobody even watched. Ain't nobody crying. Nobody hurt. No. Like, I've watched... I watched Trump go to the Fed. He went to the Fed and he was with Jerome Powell. Now, Donald Trump put Jerome Powell in that position, all right? Donald Trump made Jerome Powell Fed chair, right? And now Donald Trump can't stand Jerome Powell and doesn't know who appointed him. And so he goes to the Fed. I guess they showing him where they make the money, shred the money. I don't know why he needed to go. He goes on a field trip to the Fed. You know, this is a very funny thing about Donald Trump. He has been very rich his entire life, but he still acts like new money. I have expected Trump to see the money being printed in front of him and go, but this dude he's at the Fed with Jerome Powell, and look, you can say numbers. You can say numbers in whatever order you want. No, you can say numbers and he can say more numbers. You can say numbers. That's your right to say numbers however you see fit. Whatever numbers you like, you can say them in 4, 3, 3, 4. You can do whatever you want. Numbers are there for you to play with. Numbers serve at your pleasure, right? Say whatever numbers you want in whatever order you want, whenever you want. That will not make it math. And so Trump is talking to the media, and he just like throwing out numbers. He's saying numbers, right? Just, numbers, good numbers, and some bad numbers. Let's get those bad numbers out of there. Good numbers, more numbers, extra numbers, right? And quickly, almost immediately, Jerome Powell is standing off to the side, and he goes, oh, no. Jerome Powell was shaking his head. You know those people who got like perfect pitch? Jerome Powell was shaking his head like somebody with perfect pitch going to karaoke. Like it's And look, this is not something that happens often. No, Trump's used to talking, and when he talks, people either nod or they stay quiet. And we saw this in spectacular fashion in like 2020. Because he would stand up there, and then the people next to him, the people behind him, sometimes you catch them being like, huh? Like they were still trying to process what he said. But then he would just be talking. And sometimes he'd even turn to them, look for some confirmation. What do you think about that? And then they would be like, we'll have to check. I've never had the taste of bleach in my mouth, but I suppose anything's possible. These experts, these doctors, these people, they weren't doing the thing that they should have been doing, which was because he didn't just shake his head. He said it. He said it out loud. No, 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 no. Maybe we wouldn't be in this position if more people, and I'm not even talking about politicians right now, I mean more people who have to deal with government had the courage to say, no, no, that's not how medicine works, no, that's not science, no, that's not English, no, no. A simple no is powerful, you know? And so sure enough, Trump hates Jerome Powell. Trump hates Jerome. Oh, he hates Jerome. Oh. Trump hates Jerome. Trump hates Jerome. Like, let Jerome. Trump hates Jerome Powell, so he hate him so good. Trump hates Jerome Powell so much, he did something he never does. He did something we haven't seen him do. Either time he's been president, he did something I didn't even think he was capable to do. Trump hates Jerome Powell so much. Through his teeth, he hate him. He hate him so much that Donald Trump did homework. Because he was saying the numbers, and he was saying the numbers, and he was saying the numbers, he was saying the numbers. And then Jerome Powell went, no, no, no. And even Tim Scott was next to Trump, nodding and saying yes, while he was saying no. Yes, with those big teeth, saying yes, 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 swinging those teeth, yes, yes. But Donald Trump heard Jerome Powell's no, and it was almost like he had practiced this. He was ready. He hates Jerome Powell so much. Ooh, he hates. Ooh, he hates him. And so he goes, huh? What? No. Oh, well, I have the paper right here. And then Donald Trump pulled out a piece of paper and handed it to Jerome Powell like it was checkmate. I had never seen this man prepared in his life. Usually, when Trump has a chart or a piece of paper, it's because he already has a point he's trying to make and he's just using that to illustrate. Trump has never had a Trump card. This man pulled out the piece of paper. You could see even Jerome was surprised. He was like, paper? Reading? You saw Jerome. Jerome had to break out the glasses for it. He was like, oh. And because numbers are numbers, because math is at least something that, even if you have bias, even if you have an intention towards an intended goal, the math will still make sense or not make sense. Something will be true or not true, right? And so even Jerome Powell, I'm not saying I know this man, I'm not saying he's infallible, but in this moment I'm thinking maybe he's even thinking, whoa, what if I'm wrong here? What if there's something I don't know about? The president just pulled a piece of paper out as soon as I started saying no, like he rehearsed this. So he takes the piece of paper, throws the glasses on, and you can see him reading it. You can watch the clip. And he goes, no, 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 this old, no.
Have y'all seen the Barbie movie yet? Yeah, okay, lie, yes or some no's. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm very excited to see it. Mainly because of what it's doing to white women. This is crazy. This is wild. What is happening? Like, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know what's happening in the movie, but white women are walking out militant as hell. This shit is Malcolm X for white women. This is fucking crazy. Dude, all of my white female friends that walk out of the movie are like, maybe we should do something about the Supreme Court. I'm like, jeez. What is happening in the movie? It is wild. This shit is like 300 for blondes that were in sororities. This is crazy. They just walk out of the movie like, I wish a fucking man would try to give me directions right now. I wish. I'm like, oh, okay. God damn. That's wild. I used to be a very chill person. Nothing ever bothered me. Nothing ever got to me. Everything rolled off my shoulder. Turns out I was just 17. I should have been chill. I wasn't paying any rent yet or anything. Now I'm in the real world. I'm very upset. This is horrible. And it sucks because when you're at every stage of your life, you feel stress. Every part of your life you felt stress. But as a kid, you think you know stress. Like you're sure that you know real stress as a little kid. Most stressed out person I ever met in my entire life was in elementary school. We were both 6, and this is the most stressed out to date. I've never met anybody like this. This kid was walking around like he had a full pension he was about to lose. Like he would crush his juice boxes when he got done with just so much like, ugh. like he had a mortgage. It was crazy. I'll never forget this. There was one time I went to a Montessori school, so we got nap time a little longer than other kids. And I remember we both 6 years old laying there. It was nap time, and nap time was the only time the teachers got a real break from us. But they needed all of us to be asleep, and he was just eyes wide, looking at the ceiling, thinking about an annuity or something. Just like, and sure enough, teacher walks up to him very sweetly. I remember because I was laying next to him. She's like, "Is there anything I can get you, or like, do you need an extra pillow or something?" And like, I wasn't asleep, but I was dozing. You know, there wasn't anything on my 6-year-old mind. I was chilling. You know? But what he said woke me right up. It was the wildest. So she's like, "Do you need anything? Is there anything I can get you?" And he turns to her and said, "Naps don't help when your soul is tired." So, whoa! Little man, what have you been through? What's happening right now? Oh, it was terrifying. It was crazy. I went to college for design, and it's funny how when you're graduating college, right at the end is when they tell you could have not done any of this. It's like the dean is like shaking your hand and handing your diploma and whispering in your ear. It's like, you didn't have to. And I remember I was just looking for any job that I could get out of college, and I started working at a grocery store. And I told them that I majored in design, and they were like, "Oh, you can design how we put up the grapes." And the grocery store that I worked at, I was in Chicago at the time, and it was a horrible neighborhood. It was very bad. This was like an epically bad neighborhood. We had so many different characters because there was a clinic at one end, like it was like a methadone clinic, so a lot of people that were on or trying to get off drugs would just be around the store. And then there was also a mental facility, so the people who got out of the mental facility but didn't have anywhere to go would just hang out at the grocery store. So I was constantly in danger. I got used to it. And I remember we had this guy, he was a pigeon man. And my man, I don't know if he was homeless or not, but all I know is he filled the parking lot with pigeons. Pigeons loved this dude so much. This nigga was usher for pigeons. I remember one time there was this guy walking into the store that, I don't know exactly what he said because I was putting up the cart, so I overheard something rude being said, but I don't know exactly what it was. But he was like, "Why don't you get a job, you piece of shit?" Like said something that was way too mean to just be passing somebody to walk in a grocery store. It was wild. Pigeon man didn't do anything, just stood there chill. Got a couple pigeons here, a couple pigeons here. Just let it go. Rolled her after shoulder. And then the guy's walking out of the store. And this is going to make me sound crazy. I'm just telling you what I saw. All right? Basically, that guy walked past Pigeon Man with his cart full of groceries. And then Pigeon Man looked at one of the pigeons and went, and then the pigeon flew into the back of that dude's head. And I'm not saying this man talks to pigeons. I'm just saying he did that and then the bird did that. That's all. I'm just relaying information. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. I'm just, he went, and then the pigeon kamikaze the back of that dude's head. Almost knocked that man out. It was crazy. And then that's the other thing too, is that there were so many characters that worked there, but then nobody warned me. So I just started working there. But when you work in a bad neighborhood, they don't make the people that come and frequent the store part of the training. They should do that. They should be like, "All right, look, on Wednesday it's gonna be a nigga in a dress. He gonna walk in, he gonna start fighting everybody, all right? So you just want to take cover, right?" They don't do any of that. They're just like, "All right, and then this is how you fill out your timesheet." Like, they act like it's a normal place. It was not a normal place. And so there was one day where this dude, this dude came in, walked in very casually, stopped right after the sliding doors, took off his shirt, took off his pants and went, "I'ma fuck everybody." And then everyone started leaving the store. Everyone casually started filing out like it was time to go. No one protested. No one even stood to see if he meant it. Everyone was just like, all right, should have got here earlier. I was ringing up a woman in my line, and this old, like 80-year-old woman, I'm not even quoting her, she was like, "Fuck those grapes, not getting fucked today," and just keeps walking out. It was insane. Because then this is the worst part too. They never had good security guards there. So then the man screams, right? And apparently he just does this. That's what he does it so much that customers were like, "This is when we have to leave. This is not, the bread's not worth it. It's fine." You know what I mean? And then, all right. So I don't know the name of it, so I can't put them on blast or anything, but like they used this security guard service that was the worst security guard service I've ever seen in my life. I don't know where they were getting these security guards, because these people, not only were they not trained to like, they didn't like secretly know Krav Maga or something like that, they also weren't big. So then this man rolls in, he's like, "I'ma fuck everybody," and then everyone starts leaving, and then the security guard, who I hadn't even noticed that day until this moment, because then I started scanning the grocery store for him. Security guard, I see him in the corner of my eye, he's walking towards me, and he's over here hobbling towards me. My man is 76 years old with a bad knee and just like, I think a metal ankle. I don't know what was going on with his legs, and he walk over and whisper in my ear, he's like, "Can you say something to him?" I was like, "Can I say something?" I was like, "Can I say something?" I just repeated it back until he answered something. I was like, "Can I say something to him? Can I say something to him? Like, can I say that?" And finally he's like, "Look, young blood, I asked them to give me a gun and they said no." All right? They know I can't fight. I would have cleared all this out if I had my pistol with me. And then we just started, like, because the dude is just walking throughout the store in his underwear. And so we're just conversing about what to do. We're literally like, well, look, they pay me to put up the grapes. Like, I'm not really here for all this other stuff. And then he's like, this man is genuinely floating with me. He's like, "You think I only live 12-minute walk away? Should I go get my gun? Like, and then we can just, look, I can go get my gun. We can act like you found it, right?" And I was like, no, why would I find your gun that's at your house? And then my man said he said it was a 12-minute walk, but he's like, "But you know I walk a little slow, so you're gonna have to hold him down for about half an hour, because you know with this leg, you know it's been troubling me. It's been raining and shit, so I can't move like I used to. So then I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get the gun." I was like, "It takes you 30 minutes to do a 12-minute walk?" He's like, "Yeah, so it's gonna be an hour. Like it's gonna be quite a while before I can come. But as soon as I pop him, I bet he'll never be back here again." I was like, "Are you even a good shot?" Like this is, like at a certain point you start considering it. My man is just like walking down the aisles. There's no customers in the store. He left, but he never came back. Like I don't know what happened to him. I think he quit. I think he quit when he got home. I think he hobbled home and then he was like, "Nah." You all were great. Thank you so much.
Keep it going.
I'm old enough now that for me and my group of friends, any guy in my group of friends that still can't like get a girlfriend or something, like now it's very clear that it's because of jarring personality flaws. You know what I mean? Because this is the thing, we were all awkward. So when I was 15, I'm an awkward man, but I still figured out parts of life. You know what I mean? So then I'll talk to some of my friends and be like, "Man, you just can't figure women out." And I'm like, "Nah, dog, you 30. Like this is something should be happening." You know what I mean? You can't just be like, "I'm scared to talk to girls," because women are afraid of you. Like I don't know what you need to be doing. I don't know if you need therapy or sunlight, but like something has got to give if we gonna keep hanging out. You know? And I think I found one really important thing that's probably one of the biggest things when you move out. Like as a guy, when you go out into the world on your own for the first time to make something of yourself, and when you have your first like domain, right? Your first place where you're like, this is my place. Whether it's an apartment, a house, whatever you have, it's so important. As men, we have to. I cannot stress this enough. We have to invest in at least one stick of furniture, all right? Like, a lack of furniture is killing us out here. Everything cannot be on the floor. I can't say it enough, everything cannot be on the floor. Because when you bring a woman back to your place and then she opened the door and then you walk in and she sees a bowl on the floor, she's like, ooh, okay, he gonna kill me. I picked wrong, that was my bad. He didn't even have a murdery face, but... A bowl on the floor makes it look like she not gonna be here long and neither are you. This is where you bring people to kill people. It just, I can't stress it enough. I know that we don't care. We don't care. We're happy. It takes very little for us to be happy. We're happy. But if you plan on having any female companionship, I don't even mean sex. If you just plan on having female friends, then you need to be able to put your things on things. Like, that's not a crazy ask. Just, it's the amount of the amount of friends I have that don't have a chair is so I understand if you don't have a dining set. I understand if you don't have a bunch of chairs, but you live here. Don't you want to sit? Like, this is just one chair. I don't know. Please don't put your books on the floor. Please do not put your books on the floor. You could have the thickest books. You could have War and Peace and Paradise Lost next to each other. But if they are on the floor, she's going to be like, he can't read. He can't read. That's a door stop. That's not, he not cracking that open. That's a paperweight. No? You don't even need books. If you had a bookshelf and put 2 magazines on it, she'd be like, what a cultured individual. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, the amount of friends I have that are oblivious about this. Like, I'll have a buddy call me, I'll ask him about his day. I'm like, how'd your day go? He's like, man, it was all right. We were having a good time, went out for dinner and everything. Then she get back to my place, she want to get all uppity and leave. I was like, you brought her to your place. You brought her to the place that we hang out. You brought her to the place that I've been, where you live, where you sleep. I'm surprised she didn't call the police. Because that's my thing. It's just... Where your things are in relation to the floor is where it looks like you are in life. So I'm just saying, just elevate. Just to table height. Just elevate. There are good men. There are good-looking men that are good men that are a good table away from a good woman. All right? You're so close. It's not even your personality. It's the fact that it's the fact that it looks like you live outside, inside. That is what is doing you in. I get it. I was broke. When I moved to Chicago, I had no money. And I got my first place, and I slept on an air mattress, which was the floor. The air separating you between the floor and where you are, that's not real bed. That's floor. It is floor. I can admit that. That's floor, right? So I was sleeping on the floor with some comfort, okay? So I get it. When you go out into the world on your own for the first time, make something of yourself, you may not have all the money, you may not come from money, you may not have resources. I'm not telling you to get the whole IKEA setup immediately or anything. I'm just saying you should have enough furniture that if you bring a woman back to your place, you have just enough going on to look like you were robbed. That's all I'm saying. Just when you bring her back to your place and you have to make the bookshelf everything, you gotta make it the kitchen cabinet, so then she sees a bunch of forks on the bookshelf and her face starts to screw up, you can turn around and be like, they got me. They got me. I knew this wasn't a good neighborhood, okay? Let's go to your place where it's safe, baby girl. Do you know what I mean? Okay. I have to leave soon. Did y'all see the Alaska flight? The Alaska Airlines. Okay, if you didn't see it, basically a piece of window popped off of the flight, mid-flight. It was still flying. It was still in the air, and some window came off, and then just a bunch of plane came off. Like a door's worth of plane. It might have been the door. A door's worth of plane came off, and I have been so shaken because we've been shitting on Spirit for a minute. We really let Spirit have it all, and they have not had one of these happen. The whole plane get there with you when you fly Spirit. Like the plane that left is the plane that arrives, and you. That didn't seem like a lot to ask before, but now you really gotta wonder, right? And it just is so crazy because I know there were people screaming in videos and people crying and stuff like that, but by and large, everybody was so calm. It makes me wonder if if it's an American thing, if we are so bloody, if we are just so traumatized from life in America that a plane can start to come apart mid-flight and you're like, well, I did pay $68, so I guess that's fair, that makes sense. I didn't pay for the whole plane to get here, you know what I mean? I paid for just me, and right now I'm still headed there, so I guess they're fulfilling their contractual obligation to get me somewhere. I don't know. I guess I didn't pay to survive. I just gave them the money to get on. So I should specify next time that I want to get there in one piece as well as the plane. Yeah. Blown away. Because that's the worst airline for it to happen on. Because they don't. When you imagine if you taking a nap, you mid-nap, right? Because you got a nap on an Alaskan flight. You have to, because they don't have the TVs. They don't have the TV, so the only thing to entertain you is your dreams. All right. So then you go to sleep, and then you wake up, and everybody's screaming, and it is louder, right? It is just louder in here now, and a little cold because we are in space. That is way too high to be losing some plane. You know what I mean? And everyone was so calm, even in the post-interview after, when they landed, and then they were asking people what it felt like, what was happening. There was one woman, I understand that she was probably nervous, and so she was nervous giggling, but there was one woman who was acting like it was Six Flags ride. Like she was just like, yeah, and then a little piece came off, and then, I don't know, we were all like, what do we do? You know, and like, I don't know, I had no idea. Like, it was so crazy. This has never happened before. Like, has it happened to you before? I don't know. I've been on Greyhound buses where people got more upset about a dump in the bathroom than these people got about a piece of plane flying off. As Americans, we gotta start acting like we used to something. Like, this is really distressing that they beat us bloody so much in our travel experiences that we're like, yeah, I guess I'll choose aisle from now on. Do you know what I mean? That's what's up. Because then one of the most amazing things, this is a miracle. This is a genuine miracle. I'm very happy that no one on the flight was hurt. But then there were two seats. The two seats next to where the plane decided to stop being a plane. Those two seats were empty because those two people missed their flight, which is incredible, right? You love a story like that. It does make me wonder about that third person, because that means that third person was sitting there. Like, did they take a nap and just wake up like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, where do you go from here? Okay, so I'm going to Montana this weekend, and both my flights were Alaska. Both of them were Alaska. And I didn't even have enough self-respect to switch airlines. They had to call me. They had to call me. At midnight last night, they had to call me and be like, it's not gonna happen, dog. Like, that's the closest to a breakup I felt in a long time. Like,
I need to have the self-respect to leave, and then they had to be like, "You not for us." Okay. Did you see the abortion ban in Arizona? Yeah, it's pretty crazy because, in case you haven't seen, the state Supreme Court, I believe, reinstated an 1864 law that bans abortion across the board, no exceptions, right? And people are, obviously protesting. People are going back and forth online and everything. And I've been thinking about it a lot because I'm thinking about it from the perspective of someone who will never need one himself. Do you know what I mean? I'm never gonna get with somebody and then be like, she hit it and quit it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? And so I was thinking about it because it's in Arizona, but Arizona wasn't even actually a state when this law went into effect. Like Arizona didn't become a state till 1912. Arizona wasn't born yet. And it's such a contentious thing because it's so much about belief, right? There's one side that believes that there's murders happen. They believe that people are dying, and then there's another side that believes in their autonomy. They're like, no, you can't just come in here and tell me what to do, right? And no matter where you land, I've tried to think of a way through, like a path, right? Something that makes things a bit more fair, And I'm not perfect, and I'm not a woman, so I don't know if this is helpful, but it feels like everyone who wants the 1864 law should just have to live like it's 1864. Because technically they shouldn't mind anyway. We're bringing back the laws, why not the lifestyle? You can have the law that you want. You win, you got it. But also no more medicine for you. That's done. Just flush those down the toilet. And when you do, enjoy that last flush, because toilets are also off. Those are done too. Yeah. I don't know. Feels like we're leveling the stakes a little bit, Some of these people that want these laws, it's not actually gonna affect them. So you have to bring them in, give them some skin in the game, right? If it's 1864, oof, one bad taco. It might really take you out. Yeah. Oh. I just want a good doctor. I live in New York, and you think there'd be one, but I don't know. I just want to have a good doctor I can depend on and go to a lot. Because I was going to this one doctor just for a checkup, right? Just a physical, because I hadn't gone to a doctor in a year and a half. I've been blessed enough to not have more than a cold, so I just wasn't going to the doctor. And I finally went, and he had the popsicle stick. And he was like, go ah. And I was like, ah. And he's like, no, ah. I'm like, ah. And he's like, no, ah. And I was like, ah. And he's putting the popsicle stick in my mouth. He's like, no, go ah. And I'm like, ah. And he's like, deeper. I was like, don't say that to me. Not for this. And so he's like, go ah. And I'm like, ah. And then this thing happened, and I understand people are human, but this is unacceptable, right? So I'm like, ah. And then he's like, yeah, ah. But then he is going ah so much that he goes ah, and then he coughed in my mouth. And I understand that we all human and everything. We all make mistakes, but like this is half off now. Like you can't. You know what I mean? You're not just gonna charge my full insurance, because now I got what you got. I'm a black dude. I'm a black dude with plenty of white friends. And it's crazy, because, you know, there's a weird thing that you have to watch out for as a black dude with white friends. You know, you gotta watch out for a little tokenism in there. You gotta watch out, you know, you gotta go to the function, make sure there's another one of you. Because you don't want it to be just you. You don't want to be the only black friend, because now I just know it's like, oh, you collecting. One black guy, one Asian guy, oh, this is not good. This is grabbing us like infinity stones, you know what I mean? It's very uncomfortable. You know? But there are some tells to know, like, you know, past friendship and past any sort of like social constructs around race. There are ways to tell as a black person, all by yourself, how close your white friends really are to you, how they feel about you. You, as a black person, don't always know who your white friends are until they take a picture of you. Some of you don't know what I'm talking about. Cameras weren't necessarily made with melanin in mind. And every once in a while, you'll have a white friend take a picture of you, or a picture of you and them, and you don't come out looking great. And you'll show them the picture. You'll be like, what is this? You made me look like a cat. Like, what is happening right now? And they're like, looks great to me. Oh, okay. That's terrifying news, because that means this is how I look to you all the time. If you don't see a difference, I don't know if we could be friends. This is insanity. You know? Love a white friend who thinks about a flash. Sometimes at the sacrifice of themselves. I've had some wonderful white friends who have been like, let's make sure that everybody in the picture looks good. We'll put the flash on. I don't even have to say anything. Just in my head, I'm like, wow, what a white friend. What a true ally. And then we'll take the picture and I come out looking amazing. We're coming out looking extra Nubian, you know? Like a young prince. And then they look like a fresh ghost. And this is where hypocrisy comes into play. This is where everyone can be a little racist, because I'll see the picture and I'll be like, I don't really see a problem here at all. You look great to me. I'll be vulnerable for a second. Tell you. I'm lucky to be staying in a very nice hotel this time, right? But I did a show in Detroit back in the day, and every time I do a show in Detroit, I don't really get a good hotel. I don't know if Detroit doesn't have them, but even when I stay at a different place, I'm having the same experience. And basically, I got some food, was going to my hotel room. I was eating the food in my hotel room, and proceeded to get food poisoning in the hotel room, right? So I'm very sick. I'm feeling horrible. And I'm feeling horrible quickly, which means this could be death. You know what I mean? Usually, even as poison, it sits for a second. It decides to stretch before it poisons, right? Like, let me get my, you know? But this poison went right to work. And so I ran to the bathroom and was in the bathroom for what had to be like 45 minutes, right? Like, I say that because finished an episode of Answer It, yeah. I say that because I finished an episode of Love is Blind, and I think that's around 45 minutes. And so I was in there for quite a while, and you know, you do your best, you know, while you do your best. And because this was not a good hotel room, this is not my fault, but because this is not a good hotel room, things in the hotel room are not good, right? So like the little cabinets are rickety and everything, and at a certain point, the toilet does stop flushing. And I don't know what to do, because they put they put everything in there, but they don't put enough in there. Like there's no plunger in the room, and I kind of get why, because I understand if you go to a hotel room and there's already a plunger in there, you're like, I'm not in a good place. I'm not. Things have happened here. If there's already a plunger in here, I don't want to live this life. I need to try to get my money back, right? But when you need a plunger and there's not one, you are like, why don't they just have a plunger in here? You know, and there's no cabinet with certain things like a broom or a plunger that you would need. And so I finish up. I got most of the poison out, and now I got to figure out what I'm gonna do though, because I'm in this room for 2 days. And I don't know, I personally let things bother me, and I let my mind go to place, like I'll go with a scenario to a place that it would probably never go, but I'm so in my head about it, you know what I mean? Like there's a part of me that's scared that if they know that this is me, because now I have to tell them. Now you know what I mean? Now I'm basically supposed to go downstairs, because I can't call down because the phone is broken. It's not a good hotel room. And so now I basically have to go downstairs and be like, hey, listen, I got some food from where y'all recommended, by the way, and it poisoned me. I was poisoned, and then I had to work the poison out. Anyway, do you have a plunger? That is too much in my mind to have to do with a stranger. And I was like, I was even honestly kind of rehearsing it in the mirror. Like I was just like, if I just ask for a plunger, or if I'm like, hey, do you have any extra bathroom supplies? And then they're like, toilet paper. I'm like, guess again. Like I don't know what to do next, but I'm panicking, and sometimes I really do. I don't let people see it, but sometimes I really work myself into a frenzy. And so I was like practicing in the mirror what I might say, and then I was like, no, because then even if I plunge it myself, I don't even want them to come in, because then they'll think of me like that. I can't leave a tip big enough for. I also can't leave a tip big enough because I don't have the money to stay in a nicer place. So like we are all meeting on the level right now, right? And so I'm like, I'll plunge it myself, but then if I plunge it, then where do I put the plunge? And so then I go downstairs, and I'm standing in front of the front desk, and somebody else was checking in, so I let them check in, and then I walk up, and I'm like, hey, I think my room got broken into. And it just sort of came out of my mouth. But they were like, what? And I was like, oh yeah, I came back and the door was open and stuff. Y'all don't have cameras, do you? You wouldn't have cameras. This isn't a nice hotel, so. Okay, y'all have to take my word for it, thank goodness. Yeah, I said, sort of came back and my door was cracked open. Maybe I didn't close it enough. That's my bad, but can you, I don't know. I just don't know what to do. This has never happened to me before. And so then they're like, well, let us see if anything was taken. And so I was like, oh, I didn't want this to happen either. and they walk with me back to my room. And so I open the door, and the bathroom door is closed. I had to close it. Even for me, it smells like poison in there. And so the bathroom door is closed, so that we're walking around the room. Now, I have been quite messy, so it does look a little robbed in there, which is very convenient for the lie I just told. Like, there's, you know what I mean? There's just, the bag is open and it's upside down. I did that. Like, I just got frustrated. I couldn't find my fidget spinner, and so I was like, But then I'm looking around, and they're looking around. They're like, do you see anything missing? I'm like, no, not really. And I slip back behind them while they're looking around. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't look like they kicked the door open or anything. And then I open the bathroom door. I'm like, oh! They did something bad in here. Y'all need to up security. Y'all. Look, nobody should have to deal with this. Do y'all have a plunger? Because I will do it myself. Used to think a lot about who I wanted to be when I grew up, like what I wanted to be, everything, you know, and I think I finally decided when I grow up, I want to be the dude that I am on the first date. That would be amazing if I could be that dude for real. He is somebody to aspire to, you know what I mean? That dude Reed. He pulled chairs out for people. I don't even pull out the chair for myself. I actually stick my leg under the table and drag the chair out like an animal and then sit down in it. And he's got money. You know what I mean? Like, my second date's just... We going through samples at Whole Foods while we learn about each other. I haven't always lived here. I actually moved to New York from Chicago. Me too. And I quickly realized how proud New Yorkers are of their time. What I mean by that is how, like, long they've lived here. You know what I mean? Like people be like, I'm a real New Yorker, dog. I've been here 8 years. And then somebody in the back that nobody was talking to goes, nah, man, it doesn't start till 10. Like, what are you talking about? Your New York time shouldn't be measured by calendar year. It should be measured by your experiences, you know? Like, if we all moved to New York tonight, and we got off the plane and we got on the train, and then we got off the train as the train doors open, a homeless man coughs in your mouth, you've been here 2 years. That's 2 full years right there. I was walking down Times Square, which was my mistake, you know what I mean? And I was walking down the street, I saw this young woman, clearly not from New York, because she was smiling very wide. She was genuinely happy. And you also could tell that she wasn't from here because she was looking up at, like, the screens and the buildings and everything, and she was just blown away because she had seen this in movies, and it's here now in front of her. This is insane, you know? And so then she opened her mouth to say, wow. Everyone who laughed is from New York. She opened her mouth to say wow because she was full of joy and hope and life. And as soon as she opened her mouth to say, wow, a bag flew in her mouth. And it's like, yeah, that's what happens here, all right? Were you happy? New York notice, and it's in a dirty Walgreens bag to fly halfway in your head. Close your mouth and tuck your chin like an adult. To take the train everywhere, and it's exhausting. I know that everyone doesn't have this problem, but I'm like, I don't know, I'm just pressed up against people the entire ride, just like mushed in between people. I'm surprised no one is in me. I'm pressed up against so many people so hard. And I'm not a big man, so if I get pressed up against two big men, it's not uncommon for my feet to leave the ground. So now I'm just dangling in between two grown men as the train goes. And then they go to get off, and I'm like, sir, please don't do this. I got 3 more stops, please. Like, it's a terrible feeling. I was on the train with one of those ladies that had those baby backpacks. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, where the baby is the backpack? Like, she don't want to look at her kid, like the baby hanging in the other direction, you know, in some sort of, like, suspended timeout. Baby could be gone for all she knows. It could be a sack of potatoes traded for a baby, and she'd still just keep walking, you know what I mean? So it was just me and the baby pressed up against each other, nose to nose like this, just mushing heads. And this is a baby. That's a soft head. I should not be mushing my grown skull against this baby, you know? But I'm mushing up against the baby, and I look at the baby, and the baby looks at me, and he's like, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm a baby. My feet don't touch the ground either. And then the train sped up, and as it sped up, it like shook a little bit, and the baby, I don't know what age of baby this baby was, but he definitely wasn't like hold his own head up age. Like, he was out here. So then the train sped up and the baby went weightless, and for a split second his little foot went in my mouth, right? And I didn't close my mouth, I didn't suck on his foot, but still, it was a baby foot in the dirty New York air, you know what I mean? And so I'm choking, and as I'm choking, because there's no shoe, but I mean, I'm choking, and I look at the baby, and the baby looks at me, he's like, I don't know what you mean. How do you celebrate Black History Month, sir? You come to see comedy shows? Good call. You know, I've heard that a lot of white people celebrate Black History Month by giving the nearest black guy $20. If that ain't the slickest shit I've ever seen in my life. Y'all can't see him. He went... I'll do with just a dab right there. Ah, gotcha.
My name is Josh Johnson, and I'm originally from Louisiana. Growing up in Louisiana was like being in a bathtub and you can't get out, and the water is dirty, and it's racist.
Clap your hands, everybody, for Josh Johnson!
I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but I was fired from being in a gang. They kicked me out because I was too positive. They were like, why you always smiling, dog? I'm like... I mean, none of us are dead or in jail, and we're a gang. They also kicked me out because I apologized too much. Our drive-by sounded like... Sorry! Like, that's... After a while, I saw their point, you know? And even when it came down to it, and they were kicking me out, and I was like, I just want to hang out with my friends, and you guys are my friends, and now I don't know what I'm gonna do. Why do I have to leave? And they were like, bro, you giggle. You just like a bad influence, dog. You know what I mean? Like, you over here bringing in puppies and lemonade and like... So I'm out. I didn't know that I looked busted today until a homeless man didn't bother asking me for change. And he asked everyone, all right? He was like, hey, brother, hey, brother, hey, brother, hey, brother. Hey, brother, hey, brother, hey, brother. Oh, it hurt my soul. I took an Uber to get here, and I've come to a decision. We should not be able to see the car in the app on the way to pick us up. It's a bad idea. You are only watching mistakes. You are just watching like, oh yes, 6 rights and you'll be here. That's perfect. That is wonderful. That's just what I wanted, you know? No, take another right. That makes sense. No, you should pass me. You're right, you know? Sometimes the car will disappear and then reappear in a place that is still not here. You know what I mean? And you're like, wow, teleportation. I had no idea we had reached this level of technology. That's amazing. Sometimes the car will just start spinning. And it'll spin further away from you. And you're like, is he drunk? Should I get in the car, you know? It's terrible, and it's disrespectful to the driver, you know? Because it's only their job to drive you, not to look cool on the way to pick you up. It's not their job to drift down the street and land in front of you perfectly. Pop the car door open like Ryan Gosling. It's just their job to drive you. They're not at work yet, and you're watching them. Imagine if you had that. Imagine if your boss had you on a screen before you got to work. It's like, okay, this man know he late, he going to Starbucks, all right. Okay, we're gonna have to have a discussion.
I'm into comic books a lot. It started out when I was young. I couldn't afford the good comics, so I would get these sort of like discontinued publications that were like a quarter. Because of that, I never knew what other kids were talking about. Then I read Spider-Man. I was like, this is way better. Oh my gosh, I wish I had grown up with even a little bit of money, and then I would have just bought the $1.25 comic and known what my friends were talking about.
I don't know if you saw this story. There's a group of Girl Scouts that were outside of a dispensary in Chicago selling Girl Scout cookies. And what hustlers, you know? Like, we've come full circle as a society, because it used to be that kids would walk out of a store and an adult was trying to sell them weed. Now adults are walking out of dispensaries and there's kids like, hey. Hey. I got that good shit. You hungry? Everybody get hungry. You don't want none of this? I got that Thin Man. I got that samosa. I got that praline. I got that mango cream. I got that shortbread. I used to think a lot about who I wanted to be when I grew up, like what I wanted to be, everything, you know? And I think I finally decided, when I grow up, I want to be the dude that I am on the first date. That would be amazing if I could be that dude for real. That is... He is somebody to aspire to, you know what I mean? That dude Reed.
He pulled chairs out for people. I don't even pull out the chair for myself. I actually stick my leg under the table and drag the chair out like an animal and then sit down in it. And he's got money. You know what I mean? Like, my second date's just... We going through samples at Whole Foods while we learn about each other.
The advice that I wish I got when I first started was to quit. I stuck with comedy because even though a bomb is this scary thing that no comic wants to experience, I don't do that well in individual conversations. And so a comedy show is just bombing with everyone at one time, you know?
I haven't always lived here. I actually moved to New York from Chicago. Me too. And I quickly realized how proud New Yorkers are of their time. What I mean by that is how, like, long they've lived here. You know what I mean? Like people be like, I'm a real New Yorker, dog. I've been here 8 years. And then somebody in the back that nobody was talking to goes, nah, man, it doesn't start till 10. Like, what are you talking about? Your New York time shouldn't be measured by calendar year. It should be measured by your experiences, you know? Like, if we all moved to New York tonight, and we got off the plane and we got on the train, and then we got off the train as the train doors open, a homeless man coughs in your mouth, you've been here 2 years. That's 2 full years right there. I was walking down Times Square, which was my mistake, you know what I mean? And I was walking down the street, I saw this young woman, clearly not from New York, because she was smiling very wide. She was genuinely happy. And you also could tell that she wasn't from here because she was looking up at, like, the screens and the buildings and everything, and she was just blown away because she had seen this in movies, and it's here now in front of her. This is insane, you know? And so then she opened her mouth to say, wow. Everyone who laughed is from New York. She opened her mouth to say wow because she was full of joy and hope and life. And as soon as she opened her mouth to say wow, a bag flew in her mouth. And it's like, yeah, that's what happens here, all right? Were you happy? New York noticed, and it's in a dirty Walgreens bag to fly halfway in your head. Close your mouth and tuck your chin like an adult. I have to take the train everywhere, and it's exhausting. I know that everyone doesn't have this problem, but I'm like, I don't know, I'm just pressed up against people the entire ride, just like mushed in between people. I'm surprised no one is in me. I'm pressed up against so many people so hard. And I'm not a big man, so if I get pressed up against 2 big men, it's not uncommon for my feet to leave the ground. So now I'm just dangling in between 2 grown men as the train goes. And then they go to get off, I'm like, sir, please don't do this. I got 3 more stops, please. Like, it's a terrible feeling. I was on the train with one of those ladies that had those baby backpacks. You know what I'm talking about, where the baby is the backpack? Like, she don't want to look at her kid, like the baby hanging in the other direction, you know, in some sort of, like, suspended timeout. Baby could be gone for all she knows. It could be a sack of potatoes traded for a baby, and she'd still just keep walking, you know what I mean? So it was just me and the baby pressed up against each other, nose to nose like this, just mushing heads. And this is a baby. That's a soft head. I should not be mushing my grown skull against this baby, you know? But I'm mushing up against the baby, and I look at the baby, and the baby looks at me, and he's like, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm a baby. My feet don't touch the ground either. And then the train sped up, and as it sped up, it like shook a little bit, and the baby, I don't know what age of baby this baby was, but he definitely wasn't like hold his own head up age. Like he was out here. So then the train sped up and the baby went weightless, and for a split second his little foot went in my mouth, right? And like not like I didn't close my mouth, I didn't suck on his foot, but still it was a baby foot in the dirty New York air, you know what I mean? And so I'm choking, and as I'm choking, because there's no shoe, but I mean I'm choking, and I look at the baby and the baby looks at me, he's like, I don't know what you're doing.